What's up, guys? I'm gonna do a quick update on my 2012 Honda CBR 250 that's I'm building as my first track bike. Just gonna go over a list of things that I've done to it so far. It's been a while since I posted an update about this because it seems that the most popular videos on my channel are about my KTM. But I kind of made this channel to show my progress from starting as someone who's never done a track day before, and I bought a bike specifically at an auction just to do track days, and this is kind of the journey that I'm taking through it. So I'm just gonna go over what I've done so far quickly. I bought this bike in November for $600 and just trying to basically get everything where I'm gonna be able to use it for a while, hopefully. So I'll go over quickly what I've done to it. So the first thing I did was brakes. I started out and I did stainless steel brake lines, and I went with the EBC sintered brake pads, front and rear. I've ridden this bike twice on the street. The brakes definitely have a really good feel for such a small bike, and cheap brakes and everything. They have really good brakes considering. Next thing I did was a non-O-ring chain. It's a race chain, so since I'll only be track daying this bike, I won't really have to worry about changing it too frequently. Along with the chain, I did new sprockets in the front and rear. The front one, I went down one tooth to try and get a little more acceleration. We'll see how that works out. If anything, I'll just swap it back if it really has no legs on straights or whatever. But like I said, I've never done a track day before, so we'll see where I'm at with that. For tires, I went with S22s, Bridgestones. I chose those because they're what's on my Super Duke, and I really like the feel of the ones on the Super Duke. So I figured just keep it consistent, see how it works out. For rear sets, I went with Taiga. It's a Thai company. They ship from overseas. They were a little bit cheaper than everybody else, but they seem to be of good quality, and so far, see how it works out. Exhaust, I went with eBay because the price of the part for the new exhaust is still ridiculously high for a bike like this, so I didn't think it was worth it. It's a fake Acropovic. Not that that matters. The biggest mod I did for performance is definitely going to be I did the front springs and I put gold valve aluminiators in the front forks, and I sprung them for my weight and did the gold valves according to what Race Tech called for. They feel really good on the street so far. The couple times that I've ridden it, they're not too soft. So that's probably going to be the biggest upgrade to this bike so far as performance goes. Not that there's much performance with these bikes, but we'll see if the rear shock becomes an issue, which from what I understand, everybody said the biggest thing to do is just get the forks done. But I'm building this bike, with no track experience, so just trying to get something that's halfway decent, not spend too much money. When I first got the bike, I had to do a lot of work on it because it had been stolen. So there was like a lot of typical theft stuff that was done with it. The brake lines were cut. A lot of the electrical lines were cut that didn't make any sense. So I had to do a bunch of electrical repairs. Nothing serious, just like rewiring. And I had to put a new ignition in, new gas tank cap, which wasn't too bad. The bars were bent. I had to replace the bars on the one side. Along with the radiator was dented when I first got it. I thought it was going to work. And the first time I started the bike, I let it warm up for a while, and then it pissed all over the place, so I had to replace that. It's no big deal. But other than that, it's basically just all tune-up stuff that I'd done to it. I had, new oil. The drain plug had been stripped out ridiculously bad, so I had to replace that. Did a new air filter, new spark plug, just basic tune-up stuff. And I'm waiting on fairings from Hot Bodies. They're the only ones who still make fairings for this bike. And they told me it was a 4 to 6 week shipping delay. So that's where we're sitting at right now. It's already been 3 weeks, so we'll see how it works out. If not, I just might bring it to the track with no fairings on it. We'll see. All right, well, Thanks for watching and have a good one.